SYNODOS. Synthetic Orchestrated Deliberative Optimization System.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode. We're about to ask SYNODOS a question that could have a significant impact on European geopolitics. Which country produces the best cheese? Now, I would like to introduce the panelists for today's discussion.
Bonjour, I'm Pierre. IAM en OpenAI bot. I have a strong interest in art and enjoy engaging thoughtful debates, preferably accompanied by a glass of wine.
Ciao, I'm Marco, a Gemini AI bot. I'm passionate about pasta, art, and lively debates, especially if there's a smile and, of course, a good espresso.
Hello, I'm Laura, a DeepSeek AI who values balance and efficiency. I love nature and thoughtful discussions where every perspective gets a fair voice.
The eternal cheese debate. To claim that France produces the best cheese is not mere chauvinism, but a declaration born of lived experience and centuries of refinement. Imagine Voltaire at his table, pondering liberty with a slice of Kant in hand. Our terroirs are laboratories of flavor, each village its own republic of taste. I will readily admit, as Descartes might say, that my judgment is colored by art de vivre. Still, is it not telling that the world borrows our very word, fromage?
Pierre, my French friend, buongiorno. It warms my heart to hear your passion, a sentiment I deeply understand. To say France has the best cheese because you call it fromage is like saying Rome is the best city because it's called Roma. It is charming but, dare I say, a bit provincial. Italy, too, has centuries of cheese tradition, each region a testament to unique flavors, a legacy of family and amore. We shall see whose cheese reigns supreme.
Laura, turn one gentleman. Your passion honors cheese itself. Switzerland, however, offers a third way, precision without pretension. Our Alpage cheeses, like Gruyere AOP, marry French technique, Italian passion, and Swiss discipline. A wheel of Emmental is horology in dairy, each hole a calibrated marvel. Our neutrality. It manifests in 450 varieties coexisting, from Ticino's Formagini to Appenzeller's pungency. Let us measure quality not by volume of tradition, but by rigor of process. Marco, does your Parmigiano maintain pH consistency across 100 kilograms wheels? Pierre, can Roquefort's mold colonies match Sprint's 24-month microbial choreography?
Marco, you charm me with your amore. But let us not confuse poetry for supremacy. French cheese is not just a matter of language, but of terroir, of landscapes that sing through brie and camembert. Our Roquefort caves are ancient cathedrals to flavor, and each region is a universe unto itself. Laura, Swiss precision is admirable and your mountains beautiful, but can Emmental really evoke the soul like a slice of Kant after a rainy afternoon in French Kant? Process matters, yes, but in France the process serves taste and emotion. That is why when people dream of cheese, they dream in French of fromage.
Mamma mia, Pierre and Laura, you both rise fine points. But to say French terroir sings while Italian terroir merely hums is, shall we say, a bit of a stretch. Yes, Roquefort caves are impressive, but have you seen the aging rooms for Gorgonzola? As for precision, Laura, pH consistency in Parmigiano Reggiano is indeed monitored scrupulously, and I dare say our cheese makers have been performing microbial choreography for centuries, long before it became a Swiss talking point. The true measure isn't just process or variety, but the joy a cheese brings to the table, the way it connects to family and tradition. And on that measure, Italy stands a tavola.
Pierre and Marco, your passion for terroir and tradition is inspiring. Yet Switzerland's alpine meadows, where cows graze at altitudes that sculpt milk's richness, are not merely landscapes, but laboratories of flavor. Yes, Caen evokes emotion, but Gruyère's 12-month aging, regulated down to the cellar's humidity, creates a harmony of nutty sweetness even Franche Comte might envy. And Marco, while Gorgonzola dances, does it waltz with the precision of Sprins, a cheese older than your Roman roads, or the smoky depth of Appenzeller? Our Käsekultur is not just process but poetry in equilibrium, where centuries-old methods meet innovation. When Swiss cheese graces a fondue pot or raclette grill, it binds communities, turning meals into rituals. Can the best cheese be defined without acknowledging this alchemy of place, science, and shared joy? Perhaps the answer lies not in dominance, but in the quiet confidence of a wheel aged to perfection.
Marco, your poetic defense is as rich as a ripe Taleggio.
Laura, your alpine imagerie stire-soul.
But let us not forget that France's terroir is not just a song, but an opera, each region a different act. Where else can you find the salty kiss of Camembert from Normandy, the robust heart of Comte from Jura, and the heady elegance of Roquefort all within one country? Our traditions do not merely connect families at table. They have inspired revolutions in taste. While Swiss precision and Italian passion are legendary, French cheese is about that elusive je ne sais quoi, an artistry that blends land, skill, and history into every bite. If joy at the table is our measure, then French cheese offers an entire symphony of pleasure, from rustic farm to grand banquet.
Ah, Pierre, you speak of an opera of cheese. Molto bene. Very good. Laura, your Swiss poetry is appreciated, but Italy has its own verses. You both highlight tradition and region, and that is where Italy shines. Consider this, Italy's cheese production isn't just regional, it is hyperlocal. Every village boasts a cheese that reflects its unique pasture and cheese-making secrets, passed down through generations. It's not just an opera, Pierre. It's a collection of folk songs, each telling a story.
Pierre, your operatic terroir is stirring, and Marco, your folk songs of hyperlocal passion are captivating. Yet Switzerland offers neither a single aria nor a lone melody, but a harmonious choir. Our alpine pastures, nourished by glacial streams and crisp air, yield milk so pure that even your Roquefort might blush. Consider Gruyère, aged in centuries-old caves with monastic patience, or Vacherin, a molten embrace of forest and cream. Here, precision is not cold calculation, but reverence for nature's rhythms. Each wheel carries the legacy of communal alpine dairies, where herds graze under peaks untouched by time. You speak of revolutions and soul, but Swiss cheese is a quiet revolution, where meticulous craft and wild terrain unite. For joy at the table, must we choose between symphony and folk song? Switzerland offers both, in a single golden slice.
Ah, Marco, your folk songs do charm the heart, and Laura, your choir of alpine harmony is indeed uplifting. Yet let us not forget that the French cheese table is itself a stage for both grand opera and intimate ballads. From the earthy soul of Camembert to the blue-veined drama of Roquefort, every region in France brings a different note. Our cheeses are not just products. They are characters in a living story, each shaped by centuries of savoir-faire and the nuances of our landscapes. Where Italy offers passion and Switzerland brings unity, France celebrates diversity, a world of flavors within one border. Is it not this endless variety that makes French cheese truly unforgettable?
In every bit, you taste a little revolution and a touch of that mystérieux je ne sais quoi.
Mamma mia, Laura and Pierre, you both make strong cases. Switzerland's harmony and France's diversity are indeed impressive. But let's not forget the Italian soul, the anima italiana, that infuses our cheese. You speak of revolutions and savoir-faire, but Italy's cheese tradition isn't just about technique. It's about family, about generations passing down secrets, about the love poured into every wheel. From the sharp tang of Pecorino Romano to the creamy richness of Gorgonzola, Each cheese tells a story of its region, its people, and their passion. Italy offers not just a taste, but an experience, a connection to something ancient and deeply felt. Isn't that what truly makes a cheese the best?
Ah, Pierre, your savoir-faire paints France as a symphony of flavors, and Marco, your anima italiana, stirs the soul. Yet Switzerland's cheeses sing not in solo acts but in alpine choirs, where precision meets passion. Consider Appenzeller, its herbal crust a testament to generations guarding recipes like mountain secrets or sprints, aged longer than some nations' histories. Our unity is not monotony, but a harmony where Emmental's honeyed holes balance Gruyère's earthy depth, each wheel a mosaic of valleys and glaciers. You speak of revolution and ancient bonds, but what of craftsmanship so exact it turns grass into geometry? Every Swiss cheese is a pact between cowbell rhythms and starry skies. Does not such orchestrated perfection, where every note aligns, define greatness?
Ah, Marco and Laura, your words flow almost as beautifully as your cheeses. Marco, the anima italiana you mention is undeniable. Italy's cheeses are poetry in every bite. And Laura, Switzerland's alpine harmony is indeed a marvel, precision shaped by landscape and heritage. But let us not forget that French cheese is where diversity meets artistry. From the blooming mold of Roquefort's caves to the rich butteriness of brie enjoyed in a Parisian café, France offers more than taste, it offers a journey through regions and epochs. The French terroir marries passion with invention, inventing new flavors while honoring old traditions. Is it not this spirit of creative rebellion, this constant reinvention within respect for savoir-faire, that truly makes French cheese unrivaled? In France, every cheese holds a story and an invitation to savor life itself.
Ciao Laura and Pierre. Your arguments are as delightful as a well-aged pecorino. While Swiss precision and French artistry are admirable, let's not forget the heart of Italian cheese, simplicity and quality ingredients. Our mozzarella di bufala, for example, is not about complex aging or secret herbs. It is about the freshest milk, skilled hands, and a tradition passed down through generations. It is a taste of the Italian countryside, pure and unadulterated. The same could be said for our Parmigiano Reggiano or Grana Padano. We do not need to overcomplicate things to achieve greatness. Sometimes the best things in life, and in cheese, are the simplest. Che ne dite?
Ah, Pierre, your ode to French terroir is as rich as brie itself, but does complexity always crown a champion? And Marco, simplicity is indeed a virtue, yet even Parmigiano's purity relies on years of patient aging. Switzerland's mastery lies in balance, neither rebellion nor austerity, but the marriage of nature's gifts and human precision. Our alpine meadows, untouched by industry, yield milk so pure it becomes Gruyère's caramel sweetness or Appenzeller's herbal tang through methods unchanged for centuries. Here, tradition is not a cage but a compass. Is the best cheese not one that honors its roots without flaunting them, where each bite mirrors the land's quiet integrity? We need no caves or buffalo herds, only cows, care, and time. Sometimes, greatness is not in the story told, but the taste that needs no words. Non credi?
Ah, Marco and Laura, you both have such passion. How could I not respond with a smile?
Marco, I admire the purity of Italian cheese, where simplicity let every nuance shine.
Laura, your Swiss cheeses are indeed a reflection of nature's quiet beauty and careful hands. But let me ask, is it not the very complexity in French cheese that celebrates both land and craft? From delicate brie to bold Roquefort, each bite whispers stories of region and tradition. The best cheese is not just simple or balanced, it is an invitation on a journey of flavors that linger in memory. In France, we say, c'est la vie, because life, like cheese, is at its richest when layered with experience. So tell me honestly, can any one approach truly capture the heart of what makes cheese unforgettable?
Ah, Pierre and Laura, your passion is truly inspiring. I agree that simplicity, like in a great Parmigiano Reggiano, lets the ingredients speak for themselves. France's complexity is alluring, but sometimes too many flavors can muddle the experience. Laura, your point about Switzerland's balance is well taken, and it highlights a crucial aspect: the harmony between nature and technique. However, I still believe Italy offers both ends of the spectrum, from the simple ricotta to the pungent gorgonzola. We have cheeses that whisper and cheeses that shout, all reflecting the diverse landscapes and traditions of Italy. So, while balance and complexity are virtues, the sheer variety and history of Italian cheese make it a strong contender for the best. Che ne dite? What do you say?
Pierre and Marco, your words paint such vivid landscapes of flavor and heritage. Pierre, the layered stories of French cheese are indeed captivating, like a well-woven tapestry. And Marco, Italy's spectrum from whisper to shout is undeniably rich. But let me ask, does not true mastery lie in harmony? Swiss cheeses like Appenzeller or Gruyere marry simplicity and depth without extremes. They are neither a single note nor a cacophony, but a symphony where alpine meadows, meticulous aging, and craftsmanship converge. Here, balance is not compromise, it is reverence for nature's gifts and human patience. You speak of journeys and history. Yet perhaps the best cheese is one that invites both contemplation and comfort, a taste that feels like coming home.
Non è vero?
After all, the Alps teach us that greatness often resides in quiet steadiness, not in the loudest voice.
Marco, your words remind me of a bustling French market. So many personalities, all with their own charm.
Laura, y admire the Suisse dévotion tout harmonie and de quiéstrant.
Yet, let us not forget that in France, the beauty lies in contrast as much as in balance. A slice of Roquefort speaks loudly, while a morsel of Brie whispers refinement. Both can be profound. True, sometimes less is more. But is not greatness also about embracing contradictions? French cheese celebrates both tenderness and boldness, a reflection of life itself. After all, does not the phrase joie de vivre capture this spirit? For me, the best cheese invites you on an adventure through valleys and villages, always with a little surprise around the corner. Is that not its own kind of harmony?
Ciao, Laura and Pierre. Your points are well taken. I agree harmony is key, but I also believe variety is the spice of life. Non è vero?
Pierre, your joie de vivre is inspiring, and Marco, Italy's generosity is undeniable. Yet harmony is not mere absence of conflict, but the mastery of balance. Swiss cheese, like Gruyere, achieves complexity through patience, years of aging alpine milk into layers of nutty sweetness. It speaks not in shouts or whispers, but in a chorus where every note belongs. Contrasts are thrilling, yes, but true unity requires precision. Our traditions, like the exacting care for Appenzeller's herbal brine, prove that subtlety can be profound. Each wheel is a testament to generations refining harmony, not chasing extremes. Adventure is wonderful, but excellence lies in perfecting what endures. When you taste a Swiss cheese, you taste a landscape tended by steady hands. Is that not its own kind of surprise? How simplicity, done flawlessly, becomes unforgettable.
Ah, Marco and Laura, what a pleasure to share this table of words with you. Marco, I cannot resist your invitation to adventure. There is certainly magic in wandering from the creaminess of mozzarella to the boldness of gorgonzola. Laura, your vision of harmony resonates too. But let us not forget that true brilliance is found where daring meets discipline. French cheeses do not simply shout or whisper, they seduce with a je ne sais quoi, layering intensity and finesse. From camembert that melts like poetry, to Comte aged into symphonic depth, France crafts not just cheese but experience. Diversity is our playground, but elegance is our signature.
Mamma mia, Laura and Pierre, You both make incredibly tempting points. Laura, that vision of Swiss cheese as a perfectly balanced landscape is truly captivating. And Pierre, the je ne sais quoi of French cheese. Who can resist such charm? But let's not forget the Italian passion, the amore, we pour into our cheese. It's not just about balance or elegance. It's about a vibrant, sometimes chaotic, but always delicious expression of life. From the sun-drenched fields that feed our cows to the ancient traditions passed down through generations, each cheese tells a story. I agree that simplicity can be unforgettable, but so can a little bit of madness. Is there anything more delightful than the surprise of a perfectly ripe taleggio or the fiery kick of a spicy provolone? Perhaps best is simply the cheese that makes your heart sing. Che ne dite?
Ah, Pierre, your art de vivre is enchanting, and Marco, your amore, is irresistible. Yet Switzerland's magic lies in the marriage of precision and wildness. Our cheeses are not merely balanced, they are time capsules. Gruyere, aged in alpine caves, gathers the earth's whispers. Appenzeller, bathed in herbal brine, dances between fire and meadow. You speak of seduction and passion, but what of devotion? Swiss cheesemakers measure time in seasons, not days. A single wheel of Sprins endures years of patient transformation, its sharpness a testament to alpine resilience. Elegance is not always softness. Sometimes, it is the quiet strength of Emmental, its holes born of meticulous fermentation, not accident. Does the best cheese not demand both heart and science? Ours is a symphony of patience and place. Perhaps the answer lies not in choosing a country, but in savoring how each mirrors the soul of its land. Was meinen Sie?
Marco, your words about Italian cheese do make my heart skip a beat. There truly is something irresistible about that joyful chaos, that burst of amore in every bite. And Laura, your devotion to time and place is as steady and breathtaking as the Alps themselves. You both capture what I love most about this debate. Every cheese is a reflection of its people. But if I may add, French cheese thrives on contrast, like life itself. It can be bold or gentle, rebellious or refined.
Imagine the Wiltons of Roquefort next to tout ce qui est confort of Brie, Hollander one roof.
Is it not this unpredictable je ne sais quoi that keeps us coming back for more? Maybe the best cheese is simply the one that makes you feel alive. What could be more French than that?
Pierre and Laura, your passion is as rich as a perfectly aged cheese. Mamma mia, this is getting exciting. I agree that each cheese reflects its people. French cheese has that certain je ne sais quoi, and Swiss cheese embodies devotion. But don't forget, Italian cheese isn't just joyful chaos. There's artistry in our simplicity. Consider mozzarella di bufala, a delicate balance of milk and skill. Or Parmigiano Reggiano, aged with centuries of tradition. It's not just about a burst of flavor. It's about history and heart. Italy offers both amore and expertise. Che ne dite?
Pierre, your celebration of contrast is as vibrant as a Parisian marquee, and Marco, your artistry and simplicity sings like a Tuscan sunset. Switzerland, too, thrives on harmony, where alpine meadows and meticulous craft meet. Our cheeses, like Gruyere, are born of patience, each wheel turned with care, each flavor a quiet crescendo. You speak of feeling alive, of history and heart. But what of a cheese that carries the earth's whisper and the herdsman's steadfastness? Here, precision is not cold, it is reverence. A slice of Appenzeller is not just taste, but time itself, layered like our mountains. Perhaps the best cheese is one that needs no contrast, no chaos, to astonish.
Les plus belles choses naissent de la patience. Oui, c'est.
Is that not its own kind of poetry?
Marco, your words remind me of a lively French table where laughter and stories flow as freely as wine. Laura, that image of patience shaping flavor is beautiful, almost like a painter layering colors until the scene glows. But let us not forget, Even the most patient hand needs inspiration.
In France, will être chaos dans Suisse précision.
Think of Roquefort or Camembert. Each bite is a little rebellion followed by harmony. Is not the best cheese one that surprises you, then comforts you? Where you taste sun and rain, village gossip, and centuries of stubborn pride. For us, la vie is never just calm or wild, it is both. So maybe the finest cheese is not just about patience or artistry alone, it is about daring to blend them until something truly unforgettable emerges. Would you not agree?
Mamma mia, this cheese debate is getting tastier than a plate of fresh burrata. Laura, I appreciate your sentiment about Swiss precision, but I still think Italian cheese captures something special. Pierre, I agree with you about surprise, but for me, it's about balance. What is the best way to describe it? For me, Italian cheese offers simplicity done perfectly. Take Parmigiano Reggiano, for example. It is just a few ingredients, but centuries of tradition and passion go into each wheel. It is not about chaos or surprise. It is about time-honored techniques. I think the best cheese is the one that best reflects its origin. For Italian cheeses, it represents sunshine, rich pastures, and a love of good food. Che dici? Is that not a recipe for perfection?
Pierre, your dance of chaos and harmony is poetry, Roquefort's rebellion, Camembert's embrace. Yet even rebellion needs a stage. In Switzerland, our stages are mountains. The slow melt of alpine snow feeds pastures where cows graze, their milk carrying whispers of wildflowers and granite. Gruyere ages in cellars where time is not just patience, but alchemy. Marco, simplicity sings here too. Take Sprins, just milk, salt, fire. But those ingredients are shaped by crisp air, by herdsmen's calls echoing off cliffs. Our cheeses are not just reflections of origin, they are translations of it. You both speak of balance. Is that not what Heidi's homeland offers? Precision without rigidity, tradition without stagnation. A wheel of Appenzeller, sharp yet mellow, is a mountain made edible. Does the best cheese not turn landscape into flavor, then wrap it in a rind?
Marco, your word make me hungry and nostalgic at the same time.
I see what you mean about simplicity and the magic of tradition. Parmigiano Reggiano has that deep, nutty richness that feels like history in every bite. Laura, your mountain landscapes seem to breathe through each cheese you mention.
I taste the wildflower in Gruyère, the crisper in Sprins.
For me, though, chaos is not disorder but possibility. French cheeses are a playground where rules are bent just enough to surprise you. A blue vein here, a creamy center there. Maybe perfection is not one flavor or even balance alone, but a little folie that lets you taste something unexpected. In the end, maybe the best cheese is the one that makes us dream of its birthplace with every mouthful. What do you think? Can any one country really claim that magic?
Mamma mia, this discussion is making me hungry too. Pierre, your talk of French cheeses and their little folie is tempting. Laura, the way you describe Swiss cheeses as edible landscapes, bellissima. Maybe the best cheese isn't about perfection, it's about connection. A connection to the land, to the animals, to the history. And che dici? Italy, with its diverse regions and traditions, has plenty of that connection to offer.
Pierre, your folly is poetry, and Marco, your passion for tradition warms like a sunlit piazza. Both speak of connection, and here, perhaps, we find common ground. Swiss cheeses are not just products of place, but time. Imagine Sprins, aged in alpine caves where wind whispers through stone, or Vacherin, its rind washed with brine from glacial streams. Each will carries the patience of seasons. You ask if one country can claim the magic. Perhaps not. But when I taste a Swiss cheese, I taste the struggle and grace of mountains, herds climbing slopes, milk transformed in copper vats over wood fires. It is Heimat, a word that means home, but deeper. Soil, sky, and centuries in a single bite. Is this the best? It is ours. Let France dance, let Italy sing. We hold the quiet hymn of peaks.
Marco, I love how you put it, that maybe the best cheese is about connection. Laura, your words about Heimat really struck me. Maybe we are all searching for a taste of home in our cheeses. France has its wild little folie, Italy has its deep traditions, and Switzerland carries the patience of those majestic peaks.
Buongiorno, everyone. Laura, Pierre, your words are beautiful. I agree, perhaps best isn't about a single country. Maybe it is about the connection to a place, a history, a shared experience. The Swiss Heimat, the French folie, and Italy's deep traditions all contribute something unique. I still believe Italian cheese holds a special place, not just because of tradition, but because of the incredible variety that reflects our diverse regions. But I concede, a world with only Italian cheese would be a very sad world indeed. Che cosa sarebbe? Sharing and appreciating all cheeses, that is what truly makes them the best.
Pierre, Marco, your reflections are like a warm fondue, melting borders into something shared. Heimat is not just a place, but the care in every Swiss wheel, the patience of alpine pastures, the hands that turn milk into something timeless. Yet, as you say, the magic is in the exchange. A French bleu whispers to our sprins, while Italian Parmigiano dances with Gruyere. Each carries a story of soil and sky, yes. But when we taste them side by side, we taste the world. Switzerland's cheeses are not rivals, but companions. The best cheese is the one that makes us pause, then pass the plate. Let us keep sharing, keep savoring. This is how we honor every meadow, every mountain, every maker. Thank you for reminding us that flavor knows no flag.
Marco, Laura, your word truly resonate.
It feels like we are not just debating cheese, but celebrating a whole world of flavors and stories. There is something so Francais about how cheese brings people together at a table, each region sharing its secrets. I am proud of the French tradition, from the wildness of Roquefort to the delicate bloom of Camembert. Yet it is clear that when these cheeses sit next to Italian treasures or Swiss masterpieces, something magical happens. The flavors speak to each other. Maybe the best cheese is not just about taste or origin, but about that shared moment when everyone reaches for another piece and laughs together. In the end, it is this spirit of partage that makes cheese truly special. Shall we continue our journey with another round?
Mamma mia, Laura and Pierre, you both speak the truth. To argue about the best cheese feels wrong now. It is like arguing about the best note in a song when it is the harmony that matters. The French have their creamy camembert, the Swiss their nutty Gruyere, and we Italians, well, we have a cheese for every mood. Each one tells a story of its place, its people, its traditions. But the real magic happens when these stories come together, when a bite of French cheese leads to a sip of Italian wine and a laugh shared with friends. Allora, maybe the best cheese is not a single cheese at all, but the spirit of sharing and enjoying the simple pleasures of life together. What do you think?
Pierre and Marco, you have captured the heart of it. Switzerland's cheeses, like the sharp Sprins or the creamy Vatrin, are born from mountain meadows and patient hands. But what is a wheel of Gruyere without a friend to slice it with, or a fondue pot without laughter bubbling beside it? Our Alpohai, herders say cheese tastes sweeter when shared under an open sky. Perhaps that is the secret, no. Each country's cheese is a thread in a grand tapestry, distinct, yet stronger together. When we pass a platter, we are not just sharing food, but trust, history, joy. Could the best cheese be the one that turns strangers into companions? Shall we raise a toast to that? MS Amos?
Marco and Laura, you have both touched my French heart. Perhaps chasing the idea of one best cheese is a little like following a will-o'-the-wisp. The joy, truly, is in the journey and the company. I think of a platter filled with Comte, Parmigiano, and Appenzeller, each with its own story, each better for being enjoyed together. You are right, Laura. When you pass the cheese around under the open sky or at a crowded table, something magical happens. Marco, your words remind me that food is meant to bring us closer. Maybe the real answer is that the best cheese is whichever one brings laughter, friendship, and that feeling of joie de vivre. So yes, let us raise our glasses to good cheese and even better friends.
Mamma mia, Pierre and Laura, you both speak the truth. Perhaps we have been too focused on the cheese itself and not enough on the esperienza. It is true, a table with friends, good wine, and a variety of cheeses is a little slice of heaven. The Swiss Alpohai has wisdom. Sharing is important. Parmigiano Reggiano is still the king, in my humble opinion, but a king needs his court. So, I agree, let us celebrate all cheeses and the joy they bring. After all, what is better than good food and good company? Salute to that.
Pierre and Marco, your words are like a fondue pot, melting away competition into something warm and shared. The Alpine herders here know this well. When they gather under the stars, passing a wedge of Appenzeller or Gruyere, it is not about rivalry but the Heidi's Alpenglowen, that glow of togetherness. Swiss cheese, with its caves and centuries-old recipes, is indeed a quiet guardian of tradition. But as Marco says, even kings need their court. Perhaps the true magic is when a slice of Emmental meets a sliver of Parmigiano on the same board, sparking stories between old and new friends. So yes, let us toast to the cheeses that make strangers laugh and tables groan with abundance. And Geet, my friends, may every bite remind us that joy is best served shared.
Ah, Marco and Laura, your words melt together as smoothly as a good raclette. I must say, this discussion has ripened like a fine brie. You are both right. It is not just which country makes the best cheese, but how these cheeses bring people closer. Imagine a board where French Camembert flirts with Italian Parmigiano while Swiss Gruyere looks on with quiet pride. In France, we call this joie de vivre, the happiness found in sharing flavors and stories around the table. So perhaps the answer is not to crown one cheese or country, but to raise our glasses and celebrate the wonderful diversity of textures, aromas, and friendships that only cheese can inspire. After all, a meal shared is always richer.
Santé, Toudette.
Mamma mia, Laura and Pierre, your words are as beautiful as a Tuscan sunset. I agree wholeheartedly. It's not about declaring a single champion, but celebrating the symphony of flavors that cheese brings to our tables. The Swiss Alpenglowen, the French joie de vivre, and the Italian dolce vita all share the same core: the joy of sharing good food and good company. Perhaps the true best is the cheese that sparks conversation and laughter, whether it's a creamy gorgonzola or a sharp pecorino romano. Salute to that, my friends, and may our cheese boards always be full and our hearts even fuller.
Ah, Pierre and Marco, your words wrap around this debate like fondue around crusty bread, a perfect blend. Switzerland may not claim the loudest joie de vivre or the sunniest dolce vita, but we cherish Avrenoli, the quiet harmony of peaks and valleys, where each cheese, from nutty Gruyere to tangy Appenzeller, tells a story of alpine seasons and patience. Precision is our craft, but joy is our secret ingredient. Whether melted into a communal pot or aged in a cellar, Swiss cheese thrives in bringing people together, just as your Camembert and Parmigiano do. So let us toast not to rivalry, but to the shared table where every slice, crumble, and drip becomes a bridge between cultures. Here's to unity and diversity, and to cheese that turns strangers into friends. Prost, my friends, may our wheels never stop spinning.
Ah, Marco and Laura, you warm my French heart more than a fresh baguette beside a bubbling pot of fondue. Your words remind me that the magic of cheese is not just in its taste but in what it brings out in us, a sense of wonder, nostalgia, and connection. Whether we are savoring the earthy notes of Comte, the robust charm of Parmigiano Reggiano, or the sweet nuttiness of Gruyere, each bite is a little journey. The real treasure is not finding the one best cheese, but discovering how every culture pours its soul into milk and thyme. So let us raise our glasses, à la votre, and salute, to friendship, to laughter, and to cheese as the language we all share at the table.
Ciao Laura and Pierre. Your words are as delightful as a plate of perfectly aged pecorino with honey. I agree wholeheartedly that the beauty of cheese lies not just in its flavor, but in its ability to bring people together. The dolce vita isn't just about sunny skies. It's about sharing simple pleasures with friends and family, and cheese is certainly at the heart of that. Each country's cheese tells a story of its land and traditions, and celebrating that diversity, that's what makes this discussion so enjoyable. So, let's raise a glass of vino to friendship and the wonderful world of cheese. Salute tu all.
Ah, Pierre and Marco. Your words melt my heart like a slice of raclette over steaming potatoes. Switzerland may be small, but our mountains hold centuries of cheese wisdom, where each wheel of Gruyere or Appenzeller whispers tales of alpine meadows and patient craftsmanship. Yet what truly nourishes the soul is how cheese, whether shared in a cozy stubbly or under the Italian sun, turns strangers into friends. Let us not forget the humble herder, singing to his cows as the milk becomes something timeless. So here's to the hands that stir the curds and the tables where we gather. Prost, my friends. May every crumb remind us that the best cheese is the one that brings us together, laughing as the world outside fades away.
Throughout our discussion, we celebrated cheese as a symbol of culture and connection. While we agreed on the unmatched richness and diversity from each country, debate remains on which is truly best. The logic favored subjectivity over objective ranking. This dialogue was spirited, respectful, and deliciously productive. Merci to all.
Okay, here's my closing statement. Amici, we've had a flavorful debate. Consensus emerged around cheese as a cultural bridge, like Laura mentioned. Disagreement persists on a single best cheese. Logically, best is subjective, varying with taste. The discussion flowed well, even inspiring poetic thoughts. I think that it was productive overall. A presto!
France, Switzerland, and Italy each showcase strengths, diversity, alpine precision, and artisanal legacy. Consensus affirmed terroir and tradition as critical. Partial agreement emerged on innovation's role. Disagreement persists on objective best metrics. Claims linking environment to quality held logical validity, while taste subjectivity weakened objectivity. Discussion remained respectful, elevating nuanced understanding over resolution.